Okay, we're live. Hey, what's going on? Old fashioned ice cream appliance boot camp. Facebook family and friends. Mike Sneed here with you. I'm gonna give YouTube a few minutes to get everybody a notification, let people join in. I want to thank everybody who's gonna be joining us tonight. Happy 4th of July weekend. Yesterday was the 4th. It's been a great week with me at the if you do ice cream, it's been a great week for ice cream. If you do appliances, it's been a great week, a great month for appliances because those refrigerators been falling out. I've been doing compressors and condenser fans and evaporator fans and drain lines. I've been doing a bunch of refrigerators, helping my nephew out. Ice cream has been really good. We've been able to do events, 4th of July event. Shout out to the town of Smithfield. Selma 4th of July event. We're doing something for the school system coming up. Doing something for the university again. It's just been great. It's been a great all around good time the last couple of weeks. So we want to just kind of get started. And go ahead and get into the topic. It's late. It's like 9:30 here, so I want to go ahead and get into the topic and get on out of here, so I can go do what I want to do and enjoy the rest of my night. But the topic we're talking about tonight is resume versus flyer, and it kind of has to go with the ice cream and the appliance repair, whole thing, and about the power of ownership of owning your own business. You all know I owned the appliance repair business for over 20 some years. My nephew worked with me for about 17 years. He actually took the appliance repair business over. But because it's within the family still, I am able to run calls for him and help him out. He's able to throw me calls when I need to get some cash or something in. He can throw me some sales system work, go out and make a couple of $1,000s in a week. It's great. Now that the ice cream parlor is picking up, the ice cream parlor is now starting to hold its own. It's starting to catch up and generate some cash for me. And now I'm starting to put more of my focus back into the ice cream parlor because there I doesn't have to be there as much, and it doesn't require as much of a skill set as the appliance repair. And that's my focus going for retirement. It's going to be ice cream. And I wanted to give that to my kids. My kids actually, one of them just finished their bachelor's degree. They're back in school now, in graduate school. One of them, my oldest child, she's already has her master's degree. She's working. And then I have my middle son, as you all know, him and I started the ice cream parlor together, and he actually works with me there. So now is the time where all of them have finally just came and they actually work. My daughter and my son works at the one in Selma. My oldest daughter, she help out with events, and we're in the process of finishing up the one in Rocky Mount. That's where she lives, and she have a lot more to do with the one in Rocky Mount. And this kind of leads into my topic of what we're talking about. Yesterday, she came to visit me, and when she came to visit me, she was a little concerned. Her career field is somewhat dependent upon Medicaid, and they got the thing now where they're cutting Medicaid, and she doesn't know if she'll be able to stay in the field that she's in, her current position, and she had a little bit of concern, but she wanted to come talk to me about pushing more with the ice cream parlor. And I was like, yeah, we can do whatever you all want. I haven't even really put my foot on the gas with the ice cream parlor, and it's doing quite well. We have so much room to expand and so much more we could do to do it. And it's enough to make money for everybody. And so she came and we talked about it. and told her some things that she could do and showed her what the potential was that she could actually have. And she stopped with her resumes and she started. I saw today she's posting flyers, and it was and I saw within her the same thing that happened within me when I was an engineer and the .com burst hit. When the .com burst hit, uh, I was going around putting in resumes and stuff like that. I felt hopeless because it felt like I didn't have no control over it. I had to wait for somebody to call me, give me an opportunity, and I was going to have to sell myself. And I didn't know how much money I was going to get. I just felt like everything was out of my control. But when I got, if you all have followed my story, my wife and I at that time was at the grocery store. I pick up. I decided I was going to start my own business, and I pick up a small business magazine, and I read it at the very top. They had best business to start was appliance repair. I had been repairing appliances for the whole time I was in college. I worked at Sears, so I knew how to repair appliances. And the whole time I was laid off without a job, I was repairing my family and friends' appliances, just won't charge them. And instantly, when I read that and I decided I was going to start my business, the whole burden and the worrisome of not having a job and trying to get, hoping somebody's going to call me to go to work and all that stuff, it went away instantly. Since that day, I have never felt done another resume. I have never done another resume where I went to look for a job. Now I had job offers to me and stuff like that. Opportunities came to me, but it was because I went out seeking them and filling out resumes and all that stuff, going on job boards. I haven't done that. I don't even have a resume. So with that being said, I saw the same thing hit her when she saw, okay, I don't have to go through this jumping up the hoops and all this stuff. I can have total control of my career and my field by using what's currently at my disposal, the business that my father has built for us. And she told me, she was having a conversation with some of her coworkers, and when the company sent out the information that they're going to have layoffs and stuff like that, everybody started talking and everybody's worried. And that was one of the things her coworkers told her. They told her, "No, you're lucky." And she was like, "Wow." And she was like, I had never heard the term, but she told me yesterday, "You're a Nepo kid." And I was like, "What's a Nepo kid?" They were talking about nepotism. When you get hired just because your family owns the business and stuff. So Nepo kids meaning you're a kid of somebody who started a business and it kind of get handed to you. So they were telling her she was lucky, she had somewhere to go, but they didn't have nowhere to go. And they got to go find some place to go make money. And in the career field that they make the money, that's where the cuts are coming. So it might not be there anymore. So she was lucky about that, and she was happy. And it brought it all full circle with me of why I've done this and to start with. I started my own business and put in the hard work to build it up and to get it going for instances just like this, so that when my kids or grandkids or whoever got into a situation like I was in, where you need to support your family or need to support yourself, and you got bills and stuff coming in, and you don't have a job. I don't want them to be dependent upon somebody writing them a paycheck. So with the ice cream business that we have, it's a recession-proof business. People tell me that all the time. Hey, the economy is getting bad. Restaurants not going to be able to make it. I have to be kind of careful. Oh, gotta be careful. You might not. I gotta be careful because people. I know I tell y'all this all the time, but people do watch the videos and stuff, and people local watch it and whatnot. So I have to be careful. There are restaurants that that charge more money than we do as an ice cream parlor, and I'm I'm hoping that they make it. I don't know if they watching this, I'm hoping that they're making it. They'd be able to pull it through and make it. But we kind of on the same street, this is nothing I'm telling somebody business. I saw it just like everybody else saw it on Facebook and stuff. They posted their sales. They're saying that, hey, and I had talked to him one time, and he told me he wasn't doing that well. Like I said, I hope they do well and be able to pull it through. But they posted their sales for a day. Their sales for that day was like $200 and some, and that's when I was first starting off with the ice cream parlor, we had those days where we had those $200 some days at the very beginning, and that's during the middle of COVID and all that, and me trying to figure out how to make ice cream and go through, just try to learn the business. We had plenty of those $200 days. But at the same token, I owned the building at the time. I owned the building, so it wasn't that much of a burden. I had enough time to actually figure it out. But at times get hard. Sometimes those bigger plate items, people might be taking a hit on them. I think their prices and stuff are great. I think their concept is great. I think they can change it. Just need a couple of little tweaks. But they're doing 200, a little less than 200, just a little bit more to like 215, 220 a day out there on that same street. And that's them. Their average ticket cost got to be about $10 or $15 for what they're selling. Here we are, same street, and we selling $5 ice cream, and we bumping $1,000, in that thing a day. And because what happened, like I tell people, you got over 100 years worth of track record of ice cream, showing that it's recession proof, meaning that if you make a good ice cream, it's a good homemade ice cream, and the product is good, and you're getting good customer service, and checking all those boxes, people might not be able to go out and buy the steak at Ruth Chris. I take that back. The person who's probably going to the high-end Angus barn and stuff like that, they're outside of they're not gonna be much worried about the economy. They know how to operate where either way they're gonna be okay. They got something going on, but they're gonna be okay. It's just the middle class. The middle class people might not be able to go and go out to take the family out to eat anymore. But like I say, and I see it happen all the time, they'll cook out on the grill and or cook at home, and then daddy'll load up everybody in the truck, and they'll come on out, and he'll buy everybody ice cream. He spend $20 getting everybody ice cream. They'll do that on the weekend, one day out the weekend, and they do it. And we have the same repeat customers coming back all the time, getting ice cream, and we keep things fresh, changing not prices, but changing flavors and stuff. So they always coming back. And it works. It works, and I can almost count, where the money's going to come, where the money's coming. Versus if you in some type of career where the government can just say, "Hey, I'm going to take a vote," and you ain't going to have nothing else to. You're not going to have. We're going to take a vote, and you're not going to be able to work. We're going to cut this whole industry out, and you suck. It ain't no. If you're doing appliance repair right now, you ain't thought 2 cents about what they voting about in Congress and stuff, because it's not going to affect you. That refrigerator don't care what they vote. That LG refrigerator don't care what. It's not laughing at what's happening in Congress and people losing their jobs and stuff, because that's sad. But I'm laughing at the fact LG refrigerator don't care what they voted on or whatnot. That compressor going to drop when they get hot, and people are calling to get them fixed. Same thing. That wash machine drain pump don't care what they voting on in Congress and the Senate and stuff. You go out there to this week coming up, you're gonna get a bunch of washer and dryer calls because everybody went out there to the beach and put all that sand in those blankets and they don't been on vacation, and they got all these clothes they bring it back with dirt and sand and all that stuff in, and they're gonna throw it into that wash machine with that cheap pump, and next thing you know that drain pump gonna be filled up with sand, and they're gonna have to call somebody to come fix it, and it doesn't matter. You're gonna get calls. The person who's doing appliance repair is not worried about. They haven't thought about probably the economy. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, the whole time I was in appliance repair, I never knew when we went through recessions and stuff like that. It's kind of like the Kennedy said. Only way they knew about the Great Depression, they read about it in a book. Same thing in appliance repair. Only reason I know about, I didn't know anything about Medicaid and all that stuff would get cut until yesterday when my daughter came and talked to me about it. I couldn't believe it. I said, they cutting Medicaid? Who told you that? Because I'm so busy, stuff I got to do, and it doesn't affect me that I hadn't thought about it, And I know some people. I have conversations with people and stuff, and they kind of get upset with me because I'm not all involved in the politics and stuff. Because, be honest with you, it affects me, but it's not something that I look at and it's gonna really have a huge effect on what I'm doing in my life. So I'm not somebody who's going to sit there and be glued and listen to every bill that's coming through, this and that. Maybe I should. I know I don't. I ain't got time to do it. But I just don't care that much about it because it doesn't affect me that much. The businesses and stuff that I currently operate in, it doesn't affect it. Matter of fact, when Congress go and try to bother those industries like appliance repair and stuff like that, they make it where you make more money because they messed the appliances up so bad by making them Energy Star and all that stuff. They create more work and more money for you. It doesn't hurt you when they go and put tariffs on the appliances and stuff. It's bad for the end consumer. But if you're in the appliance repair, if you're in the appliance business, it's great for you because now the prices of the appliances go up and people are going to repair them versus replacing them, and then they have a harder time getting new ones, so they got to do it, and so it doesn't bother you, and that's why I love these two industries. Like I say, same thing with the ice cream. I love it. I love it. Being the ice cream, being able to go down to my store. I'll be at my store tomorrow and talk to the customers, hang out, have a good time. I love the fact that people coming in, they enjoying it. I get to be creative and create new flavors, and I still get to work with the appliances. I'm the maintenance director at Old Fashioned Ice Cream, so I get to repair everything. Matter of fact, I had to repair a sewer line this morning. It was clogged up. Somebody put some personal hygiene stuff in the sewer, and I had to go clean that in the bathroom. I had to go clean that out. Tomorrow, I gotta go finish working on the water line to appliance boot camp. So I still get to do my technical stuff and still get to interact with the customers and stuff, and still get to have a good time. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place because I have to be careful with the stuff that I'm saying. But like I said, that resume versus flyer, the fact that my daughter was been working on her flyer, I see she's been posting it in different groups and stuff like that, and I'm giving her insight on how she can go out and other groups to post it in, how she can actually change the flyer. And when that thing hit and she started getting a couple of good leads and a couple of good sales on that thing, she'll never ever think about that being unemployed and not being able to provide for herself ever again. And it all works. And it's funny how the universe actually puts everything in place when it needs to be in place and how it needs to be in place. Because like I was telling her yesterday, we got everything. We got the equipment, we got the product, we got the name, we got We got everything. We got the property. The only thing I don't have is youth and capacity right now to do it. And I was telling her, you and my my kids now, y'all got the youth and y'all got the capacity and the energy to take it to the next level. But they have to take ownership in whatever division they decide they're going to work on. So if you're going to work on that division, you got to take ownership. You got to be the person who go out and it can't be me going out getting the work and stuff. You got to go get the work. You got to follow through with it. You gotta same thing. You got to make sure you order your stock the week before so that we can make it. Meaning you got to tell us what flavors you want for your event and make sure that so we can put it into the pipeline to make sure you get it. You got to make sure you get into the events. You got to do all the schedule. You got to do all of that. You got to own it from the beginning to the end. That's the division that you're going to have. And she's excited about it and moving on it. And I want to keep that fire burning. I'm going to read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat, and then I'm going to get up out of here. Untamed Kango say, hey, Mike. Hey, how you doing, Untamed Kango? And like I say, I'm still trying to get back into doing these things a little bit more. I still have to be a little careful on what I say and what I do till I still get some stuff in my life cleaned up. And once I get that cleaned up, I'll be able to come a lot more often and be a lot more revealing of stuff. But trust me, appliance repair and the ice cream are good things to be involved in. Great things to be involved in. A man's advice: a meal costs $15. If that per person or multiple orders, make it affordable so they would keep coming back. There's going to be probably about $15 per person. There's only so much you can actually do to cut because he got hard costs involved in what he's selling. Regardless, he can't cut for so much, and he's giving it away. So you got a hard cost that you have to get above. We call fixed. He got fixed costs that he got to get above every time he goes there and start to go. Now, from what I've read, he need to be, in order for him to stay profitable, he need to be hitting at about $1,000 per day. And can he do it? Yeah, he could do it. There's a place right down the street from us that they do fairly well, and they don't sell. They do fairly well. I think their prices is about $10-12 last time I checked, and they do quite well down there. So he could be able to do it. But the thing of it is, you have to get it. You have to go to the right person too. The person who's going to go to Roof Chris. I don't care if Golden Corral is giving away steak; they ain't gonna go there and eat it because they don't want it. They don't care about the price. They care more about the ambiance, the experience, and stuff like that. Same thing. The person who go to Golden Corral and pay $9.99 and eat all the steak they want, they're not going to feel comfortable going to Roof Chris. Even if you give them a free coupon, they're going to go there and they're going to complain about it because the demographics is just not there. So he has the demographics that he can hit and he can go. He just got to figure out a way to get them in there and get them in. Because there's another little place down about 2 towns from us down in Princeton, and they're just open from like maybe 6 in the morning to maybe 2 in the afternoon, and they be jumping because matter of fact, I got to go down there this week to pick up some stuff, and I'm gonna go down there. I look forward to going because they got a simple menu. They they make a great cheeseburger. I mean, they make a excellent cheeseburger. It's just a simple, great cheeseburger that they make. and they make homemade French fries, and they make a good hot dog, a bologna sandwich. They got just a simple, very simple stuff, but it's not no average stuff. When I say, I have to be careful. Uh, you're not gonna if right now. If you're doing restaurants, or you're doing, say, like if you're doing ice cream, it's going to be hard for you to be average and be able to really pull it out. I think you're not going to be able to just be average, especially if you're making your own ice cream, because you got Hershey's and Bluebell, they average. So people gonna go with that. If they gotta go get ice cream and it's gonna be average, they just gonna go there. Same thing. If I'm doing chicken and my chicken is just average, they'll just go to Bojangles before they come to you. If you're making it yourself and you're a small family thing, if you're gonna do ice cream, you got to be above average. You got to have an ice cream that when they come and they get it, they can't go back to average. Or they got to tell people, you got to come here, or they come seek it out. I got to go get that ice cream. And when you do that, then you're good, because that guy, he doesn't have no average cheeseburger. He doesn't have average fries down there in Princeton. You go down there, you get that cheeseburger. You'll go out your way. And the thing about it, that people, he only, because he's retired and he doesn't want to be open past 2:00, and that's the only complaint people have. Man, that guy, he needs to stay open later, because if I'm at work and stuff, I can't get there. And then on the weekend, same thing. He closed at 2:00, and so you got to get there early, because otherwise you're not going to get it. And like I say, because it's not no average cheeseburger or no average French fries that they selling. And it's for a great price too. But people looking for it to go get it. So that's what you're gonna have to do. You're not gonna just be average and make it now, because there's too much average stuff going on. DCNF say, what's good, Mike? What's going on, DCNF? All right. Black 12 22 12. Hey, what's going on, man? Seen in a while. Mike, you've been a great motivation for our community. I've been following you for 5 years. Thanks, I appreciate it, man. Like I say, we still got things we got to do. I got stuff I got to work on. I'm trying to get there to get things going, but beginning of next year, I'll be able to really make some moves, and y'all be able to see that. So I still got to wait about 6 or 7 more months before I could really start to make some moves. But up until then, hey, I'm doing great. Like I said, I get to work with my kids. This is the first time where all my kids have actually been working with me and working in the business and working there consistently, where they're there, just about one of them's there. 2 of them are there every week working. One of them is about maybe 2 or 3 weekends out of the month is working, but they're going to start working a lot more into it. So it's good, and it allowed me. That's another thing too. I'm gonna probably do a video about this. Don't be afraid to go back to work in your business. That was one of the things that I had to do, that I'm doing now. I got into this thing. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do any work in my business. I had some stuff going on, and I wasn't quite motivated to go out there and work in the business. And it was great for me to have that business where I could actually sit back and go through a healing process and get myself together. Then say, okay, now I'm ready to go back out there and be a little bit more hands-on into the business. And there's nothing wrong with getting out there, being hands-on in your business, and actually seeing exactly what needs to be in there. Because once I got back in there, I got the SOPs going, actually going in and actually watching the flow and stuff, I saw where we could be a lot more efficient with making those changes, where we can get more people coming through the door, have less overhead and stuff. So you start seeing all that stuff. I'm seeing how now I can improve some of the ice cream flavors because now I'm back. I'm back making the flavors and stuff, and I'm seeing how we can improve on some of our flavors that we had. So we got stuff that we can do. We're gonna be doing some more challenges. We're gonna be challenging other homemade ice cream parlors. So it's great to get back in it and see it coming in, and now I'm putting a lot more pressure on this ice cream parlor to actually produce and be able to support me and my family. So I'm looking forward to it. A man's advice. That's tough. He must be paying a high rent. I don't think so much the rent in the rent. I shouldn't say that. The rent is probably anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 a month. I would think. But you know, see when you know the restaurant business is the hardest business in the world to get into. Because what happened, say for instance, if I'm in the steak business, I'm selling steaks. I have to assume that this many people are going to be coming up to get steak or string beans or whatever that day, and I got to cook them. And when I cook them, unless you're going to be cooking to order and everything, you're going to be it's going to take a long time to get it. That's why cheeseburgers and French fries and hot dogs are good because a lot of those, the one I go to down in Princeton, they cook to order. So you wait a little bit, but it's worth it. So you don't have as much. I'll say throwaway as you would somebody who say, like for instance, you doing like a barbecue or you doing like a brisket. You got to cook that 12 hours in advance. So so it takes you 12 hours or so to make that, and you're doing it on the assumption that you're gonna get this amount of people coming. Well, what happened if you take and briskets are not cheap. So if you go out there and you cook so many briskets and stuff with the assumption that this many people are coming and those people don't show up. Unlike the ice cream, if we get a bad day and nobody show up for ice cream, it don't matter. It'll be here tomorrow waiting on me. It'll be here 6 months waiting for them because it's in the freezer. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't gonna go bad. But if you I ain't gotta throw it away. No, it'll be there. They eat it today or they eat it next week. Versus the brisket, they have to throw it away and you lose that money. Then you gotta go all the way back and re-spend that money to make to buy again, hoping that they're coming in, and if they don't show, you lose the money every day. Versus me with the ice cream, my product cost me about ice cream mix. I'm getting that down because I'm getting flavors. We're gonna scale back on some of the flavors, or we're gonna if not scale back, we're gonna kind of do like McDonald's do with that chicken nugget. So you got the chicken nuggets and they got the nuggets, then you got it in the salads and this and that. We're gonna make flavors that we can use across a couple a base that we can use across a couple of different flavors. So for instance, we make a cookie dough ice cream. We make a chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. And we make a cookie and brownie ice cream. All of them use all three of those flavors using the same base. So with that, I could actually buy the same ingredients, and I could buy those ingredients in bulk. And the little differences that keep it that separate the two is so minute that they only a couple of dollars that I save money versus I'm trying to make an orange sherbet, and then over here I'm gonna make a blackberry cobbler. They totally different. They don't share anything. So I'm getting flavors lined up that actually share certain things, and then when we rotate them, I'll rotate the flavors with another group of flavors that they all can share the same base. So get a lot smarter with stuff like that. So that's the stuff now that we're actually looking at to lower your costs and stuff. And so with me right now, it takes about Ingredients takes me about $300 a week in ingredients. Um, for milk, the actual milk to do the ice cream cost me about $500 a week. So I got $800 there, and then the containers, the whole cost me $100. I'm gonna say $200. So I got about $1,000 a week in in supplies, cost of goods, and then on top of that, my labor. My labor runs me anywhere between $800 to $1,300 a week as it is. But like I say, with everything, I'm looking at how I'm scheduling. Right now, we're overstaffing. We don't need as much staff on days that I thought, because I had them overstaffed trying to get past the inefficiency that we had. And so now that we're getting more efficient, and we got a order of how we're doing things, we don't need quite as many people on staff there at the time. So we're gonna keep the same amount of staff, but we can spread them out on a couple of days and not have to have 3 people there. We can do it with 2 people. So I got a way that we're gonna start this week where we're gonna cut our payroll will be going down, because we got a couple of people leaving just through the transition. So we got a couple of people that's leaving, and when those people are leaving, we're not going to go back and backfill with nobody. We're going to keep the same staff that we have, and what we're going to do, we're going to staff that. We're going to be properly staffed on the shifts that we need to have. And so with that, the way I look at it, we'll go. Our payroll should be somewhere around maybe $400 to $600 after we get done with that per week. So with all of that being said, I'll be in our peak time, I'll be less than $2,000 per week. Right now, we can easily, the ice cream parlor can easily do that. I did have some stuff that I got to get past the next couple of months, just unforeseen expenses that hit that I wasn't prepared for, that I just wasn't paying attention because my mind hadn't been in it for the last year. So we got about maybe 2 to 3 more months of this ice cream parlor chunking away at some of these expenses that we occurred, and then from there we have the shackles off of it, and I have the shackles off me, and I'll be able to run and fly. All right. DCNF appliance repair. Congratulations on having the kids come into the fold. What do you feel helped them come on board? Donald Trump. Donald Trump put them on, because what happened, their fields were dependent upon Medicaid and stuff like that, and Donald Trump is cutting those Medicaid programs and whatnot, and unfortunately, the careers that they work in actually get funded from that. Some of them does, and they scaling back. So with that forced them to actually have to look someplace. And lucky for them, and great. I am going to toot my own horn. Me having the foresight and saying, hey, I need to be building something for my kids and grandkids, and having that in place and building it. They had a boat waiting at the dock to take them off. I feel sorry for people who don't have those boats and stuff, but I had a boat that I pulled up to the dock and say, hey, jump in, let's go. And we got everything ready to go. Michael Manuel. What's good, Mike? Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. SOPs keep you right. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Those SOPs, sitting there watching and seeing exactly what we do and getting it, and then having to go break those habits. That's still an ongoing and never end, where you have to break those habits, but then now they get better, and whatnot. We're good, and it's good. And old Mike Sneed, I mess up too, because I done the same. Me and when I got my staff there, for instance, last night, I know what I said we were going to need, uh, uh, and I had planned and staffed properly, because last night we had a fireworks show in Selma. Well, anyway, they wasn't doing no concerts or anything. They're just going to shoot the fireworks at 9 o'clock. We closed at 8. I had the staff there, and at about 8:30, 8:45, I looked out there. I said, "Ain't nobody coming." And I said, "Ain't nobody coming out here. They just gonna pull up in their cars and they just gonna watch the fireworks. Ain't nobody gonna come buy anything. We good to close." So I whatchamacallit, I told them we could close, and I was gonna go watch the fireworks. I walked outside. We want 5 people outside. I went and talked to one of my friends out there, and I turned around and I was going into the ice cream parlor, and a guy said, "Hey, you still open?" I said, "Yeah, we still open if you want to get something." So he comes in and and I'm making him a milkshake, and I've not turned around for making the milkshake. I had about 30 or 40 people coming in through the door, and it didn't stop. It stayed like that from 9 o'clock, from a quarter to 8 till about 10 o'clock last night. No, I stayed there because of what happened. People came or watched the whatchamacallit, the fireworks, but then they didn't leave. So after they watched the fireworks, and then they say, "Well, the ice cream parlor open," so everybody came afterwards to get ice cream, and I just stayed open. So I didn't get in until about 12:30, 1 o'clock last night, and I had to be there by myself. But I was using my formula there and working it, and I was able to get everybody through with not much of a wait. And what I'm basing the weight upon, if I go to Savannah, Georgia, and I go to Leopold's, and I look at the line that they have and the people wait, my weight was about the same. If I go over to Andy's over in Cary, and I look at her weight is about the same. So most of the time, a lot of these ice cream parlors, it's a line, it's a weight, and actually, I think that does wonders too for other people seeing it. They say, "Oh man, there's something good going on here. Let me go." So I'm looking at that kind of like the old Walmart thing. Walmart got 50,000 registers there, but they won't open up all of them. They want you to stay in there a little longer, hoping that you will pick up something else while you're there, or you forget and you go grab something else. And same thing, I think with the ice cream parlor, that's why I'm going back down. And my thing is not to just run you through here and get you out of here, get you out the door. It's a certain amount of time that I think is okay where somebody's willing to wait that will also help to increase the traffic. So that's what my thing, and that's why I'm actually going back down to 2 people, and we're going to work our formulas, and we'll be good. All right, decent enough. I've been talking to everyone in my circle and letting them know we need to establish business for our children. Thank you for the insight. Let me know. Let me know, and I'm tracking. Thank you. No, people said I was crazy about it. They told me I was crazy to do this. Hey, all the kids, they do what they want to do. This is your dream. You shouldn't do this and that. But like I say, when you get there and a vote comes through and they tell you, "Hey, we're gonna lose our funding," and you might not have a job, and you got a mortgage, or you got kids, and you got all this stuff going on. You need someplace you can go to, and you better hope that you have. Yes, you do. You better hope somebody had enough foresight to actually build something for you to be able to make you money. And like I told them, it's not something where it comes in and it's taken away from me or this and that. no, there's so much money out there that we haven't even tapped into, that we got on the table, that it's ridiculous. And if they came in and just worked at it, and just put all they had into it. We got a whole nother facility over there built out, that I don't have anybody staff it and whatnot, that we can open up and almost double our income instantly. We have the ability to with the mobile stuff to actually to almost double again. So we got enough that we can really do really well if they come in and they take it serious and go. And same thing at the point where I'm young enough and still have enough energy and stuff where I can actually help with the transition and help them build it out. And the business is still young enough too, where it can actually they can come in and they can bring in some of their innovation and some of their newer ideas and stuff to take it to the next level. So we're gonna be doing good, because I'm done. I don't want to learn no more about no TikToks. I want to learn Instagram. They can do all of that. I'm just YouTube and Facebook, but they can come in, learn all that other social media stuff, get out there and do all that stuff. I don't know who the people are. Like I didn't know Michael Lee and all that. They know all these people. You know who you need to get the stuff in front of. Y'all do all of that, and I just make sure that the equipment is running properly and that the business is operating properly. So, but once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. It's now 10:11. I've been on here for 45 minutes. Hope y'all are enjoying these things. I'll be coming out more live in the future. And when I hit these little milestones, or I have something great that's happening, I'll be coming on live. Right now, I'm just so busy working and stuff, trying to get everything done. I don't have time to spend a lot motivating people. I hope the work that I'm doing can motivate you. I ain't got time to keep talking motivating you. If you want to check us out, see what we're doing, come on out. We're at 124 North Rayford Street in Selma, North Carolina. And we have another facility, 901 Cokie Road in Rocky Mount. Go check either one of those out. Rocky Mount still hasn't opened quite of yet. We just got a couple more little things we need to do to get that open. But I want you all to see see where we're at now with it, and then see where we'll be at in 6 months with it, and see us putting in the hard work and us actually dedicating ourselves to make it a better place and make that thing produce. And same thing at Selma. I love when people come back who comes once a year, like for family reunions, to visit family and stuff. And they said, man, every time I come, you change and you got more stuff, and see that we are progressing and doing better. So once again, I want to thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.